Hello and welcome to my outlook on college football game day. I'm Connor Adams and this is Mitch Smith. Mitch lives in my hall. To start, we're going to talk about the first game, Clemson versus Oklahoma. Mitch, what do you think about that game?
This game, I think, is the game where an underdog could defeat a top seed. Clemson has some weak points, I think, even though Deshaun Watson's a Heisman candidate. I think Oklahoma's offense has enough firepower, Baker Mayfield, Sterling Shepard, to knock the number one seed off this year.
I agree. I think Clemson has shown a lot of weak points the last couple of weeks. North Carolina almost got them last week, and 2 weeks ago, South Carolina really gave them a run for their money. Clemson won 37-32 against South Carolina, and that's not a very good score for them. That's a team that they should easily be dominating. I think Baker Mayfield is explosive and just shows a lot of great character on and off the field, brings a lot of energy. That defense being led by Stryker, he was killing it last year in the Sugar Bowl versus Alabama, and this year I think he's going to continue with that dominance. I think that Sterling Shepard's one of the best receivers in college football, and I think he'll be a high draft pick once he goes out, and he will dominate against the Clemson Tigers. But I still think Clemson will win. What do you think?
I think it'll be a very close game, but I see Oklahoma winning to set up an Oklahoma-Alabama matchup that everybody wants to see. And there was a little bit of controversy that Oklahoma wasn't 3; they were moved back to 4, and Michigan State jumped them because the committee didn't want to see Alabama-Oklahoma in the first round. They really want that game to be the second round, which is what I think will be. And I think that'll be one of the better games we could possibly see. So
that's another thing I was going to bring up. I thought that the committee kind of did a travesty leaving Oklahoma at 4. I thought an Oklahoma-Alabama semifinal match would be incredible, just like last year's matchup was such a great finish, a 20-13 win for Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl. I definitely understand why, because there is no Big 12 championship. That's why Oklahoma moved down. But I thought Oklahoma is clearly better, and I would much rather see an Oklahoma-Clemson final personally. But let's go on to the other game between Michigan State and Alabama. Who do you have going on in there? What do you have?
Like I said before, I have Alabama going on, and I think it'll be a very similar game to the Michigan State-Iowa game. Low scoring, a lot of carrying the ball, running the ball. Both prolific backs in this game with Derrick Henry. And I think Connor Cook will be taken out of the game by the Alabama defense. I don't see a lot coming through the air in this game. I think it'll probably be around 21-17, which is not a low-scoring game, but it's not a really high-scoring game. And I definitely have Alabama moving on.
I definitely have Alabama moving on in this matchup. I think it totally makes sense. Connor Cook, as dominant as he's been this season, as well as he's led these Spartans, will definitely run into problems with this Alabama defense that has just been absolutely stellar over these past 8-9 years. I mean, you got to understand this team is always dominant defensively. Alabama, obviously, I think has the better back. Derrick Henry, a Heisman candidate, has been killing it all year. He had over 200 yards in the game against Florida, in which they really did show domination. They were beating up Florida all the way into the fourth quarter, and Florida was lucky to get another touchdown in that game. They really didn't deserve it. They were playing awful. All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us for our segment here, and I hope you enjoyed it.